Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Some breaking news tops the news tonight. A 14-year-old boy was killed this afternoon at an indoor gun range on Bee Ridge Road. The accident happened late today at 3:45 p.m. at the High Noon Gun Shop in the Ridge Center on Bee Ridge east of McIntosh. The shop's co-owner says the teen was at the gun range with his father when he was hit. He was rushed to the hospital and he passed away. We'll have more on the story tonight at 11 o'clock. An investigation is underway into a suspicious death in Sarasota. Police were called to Mecca Drive on the North Trail last night about 10 p.m. No word yet on who or how the person was killed, but they do say it's an isolated incident and the neighborhood is not in danger. Well, today marks the end of the week-long Powerboat Grand Prix event. It's a big week for racers and also local merchants. More on that impact now from our Kate Flexter. Kate?
That's right, Ray. Local businesses have mixed emotions about this year's Grand Prix. Some say it's been great for business, while others feel last year's turnout was much better.
It's that time of year again, the Sarasota Grand Prix. That means big boats and bigger crowds.
Excited to see the boats?
Oh, we're really excited.
But it also means the possibility of big business for local shops, restaurants, and hotels. Last year's festival brought in a massive $32 million, according to Visit Sarasota. And 85% of those in attendance said they planned on coming back next year. Patrick's on Main Street said Friday was unusually fast-paced for the off-season.
Everybody was happy, a lot of people on the street, and people came all the way to 10 o'clock to the end of the party.
The restaurant manager attributes much of that business to this year's block party in place of the usual boat parade, which he said encouraged people to take their time and sit down for a meal.
It's not a parade, so the people was walking all over the place, not sitting in one place watching the boats go by. You know, it was more like a party.
But others, like the Lido Beach restaurant, felt like last year's event brought in more business.
It was okay yesterday, definitely a little quieter than compared to last year.
Next person line, please.
The restaurant was preparing hours in advance for the big crowds they saw last year, but they were disappointed by this year's turnout.
Because we were here at 5 o'clock in the morning getting prepared and opened our window at 6, and again, it was not like last year.
For Green Zebra and St. Armand's Circle, it was a similar story.
We had a lot better Saturdays than this one this week.
They went ahead and brought in extra staff in anticipation of a big weekend.
All of the neighbors were saying that it's usually a big weekend, and we were really disappointed.
The final numbers in terms of economic impact for this year's festival have yet to be tallied, but event organizers are optimistic. Ray?
All for a good cause. Thank you, Kate. Suncoast Charities. Some Siesta Key residents are making sure their beach is clean this holiday weekend. They're making the rounds, passing out trash bags. They're trying to clean the beach and also raise awareness of the increasing issue since the county removed cans between the parking lots and the water.
A trash bag is actually the last thing you think of when you think of your cooler, your umbrella, your towels. You a lot of times forget a trash can, and it's really one of the most important things to bring out to the beach to keep it clean.
Residents were sure to pass out bags that were biodegradable in case they don't make it all the way back to a trash can. When it comes to fireworks, you might be surprised how many are illegal in Florida. The only ones you can really buy are sprinklers, fountains, glowworms, and snakes, but a loophole in the law allows an exemption for those who buy aerial and explosive devices for agricultural purposes.
The type of legal fireworks that you can have in the state of Florida are basically the ones that emit showers of sparks and they do not leave the ground. If it self-propels or explodes, it is illegal. And especially Chinese lanterns are very illegal and very dangerous.
And keep in mind, sparkler fireworks can reach 1,200 degrees, so be careful. The 4th of July weekend is also one of the most dangerous on the roads. Nearly half of all accidents involve drinking and driving. So if you have too much to drink, you can get a free tow home, thanks to AAA and our friends at Gold Coast Eagle Distributing. The service continues until 6 a.m. Tuesday morning and is good within a 10-mile radius. The number to call is on your screen, 855-TOW-2GO. Very good concept. Few raindrops this morning. Let's get the first forecast now from meteorologist Steve Newman.
Yeah,
Ray, we had one little cluster of storms that formed off Fort Myers and Naples, and I thought they were going to dissipate and move off, but they went right over Rotunda, Inglewood, Venice, Northport, and dissipated right about Gulf Gate, about 9:30, 10:30, and the little sprinkles made it up to Sarasota, but that's gone, and these storms are fairly hefty. In fact, the Weather Service just issued an advisory for this little cell because of the hail potential around Wauchula. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton Airport, it is 92, dew point a moist 72 degrees, 52% humidity. Our high this afternoon was 92, a little warmer than normal, same for the overnight low. It's been as hot as 100 degrees back in 1998. Here's your 4th of July forecast, and by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it'll be 91 with mostly sunny skies. By 6 o'clock, it'll be 90 degrees, but what about the fireworks? 9:30, 85 degrees, Ray, sunny. Oh, it won't be sunny, it'll be dark, dry, and warm. The complete forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Steve. Last month, we told you about Northport police showing up at a birthday party for a child with autism after no one RSVP'd. Today, police hosted their own party for any other kids who may feel neglected. Kids were able to enjoy bounce houses, T-shirts, desserts, and entertainment. A local farm also brought animals to interact with children with challenges. The original birthday boy's father was pleased.
We'd like to do a birthday bash for everyone who's never had a birthday, people with autism, everybody. People that have never shown up for one kid's party. We want to do this for everybody that this happened to. And just today in general is about all that. And it's been awesome.
And here's a picture from that party last month that was saved by police. This picture was shared around the world. Today, Daniel received plenty of gifts from the community at the party today. Some popular local singers are getting in tune for tomorrow's big show. The Gloria Musicae Singers will honor Independence Day with a special performance at First United Methodist Church in downtown Sarasota. They plan to sing all patriotic songs for the occasion, including selections by Irving Berlin and others. The event also features a salute to the armed forces.
It's an opportunity to recognize the anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation and also to sort of draw together after some of the horrific events in Orlando recently and remember these times in our history that have been difficult and that we get through them.
Their show is tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 at the church at 104 Pineapple, just south of Main Street. Tickets are $30. Still to come, a protest on a Florida beach. We'll tell you why all these people want the state of Florida to buy some land. We'll explain next.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $169. A well-equipped Civic, just $169. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda, Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast.
Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Discover the biggest savings of the year on some of America's favorite vehicles during the Drive and Discover event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get Four-Wheeler Magazine's 4x4 of the decade, a new Jeep Wrangler as low as $25,999, or drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for just $19,999. Get a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Roku. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
We've got everything you need for your 4th of July festivities. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On a special Suncoast View, we brought in the Sarasota County Fire Department to help us with our fireworks and our grill. Our beauty expert keeps us cool and comfortable with summer skin solutions, plus her must-haves to beat the holiday heat. We talked to NC Hammer about his new wrap venture, plus a field trip to Popcraft Popsicles.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease the new Accord for $189, just $189 or 0.9% APR. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
An Illinois gun shop has canceled its raffle of an assault rifle. It was going to be a fundraiser for victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting last month. For $5, you could have won a chance to get a free rifle. But the shop says it began receiving death threats, so they canceled it. The person behind the Orlando shooting used a similar weapon when he killed and injured over 100 victims last month. And by the way, that gun shop in Illinois is called Second Amendment Sports. New details now about last month's gator attack that killed a boy at Disney World. The father of the toddler says when he tried to rescue his son, a second gator began attacking him. The family was on vacation from Iowa when the incident happened. Nearby signs warned against the swimming, but not against alligators. Wildlife crews later removed and destroyed 5 gators from the pond behind the Grand Floridian. Thousands of protesters hit the beach today, angry about an algae bloom that caused an emergency order near Lake Okeechobee. Demonstrators filled Stewart Beach on the East Coast and formed the words, "Buy the land." The group wants the state to purchase 50,000 acres to store water from Lake Okeechobee. Pollutants from the lake were flushed out to sea, which caused this massive bloom of foul-smelling algae.
We're sending a message today. This is what the people want. We want you to buy the land and start sending the water south. Stop polluting our paradise.
4 of the affected counties are on the East Coast, and the 5th is Lee County, Fort Myers, which is just southwest of the lake. A mysterious explosion in Central Park injured a 18-year-old boy who was a passerby. He lost his foot, and police say it may be fireworks. A loud explosion shattered a tranquil day in a crowded Central Park in the middle of a long holiday weekend.
It sounded like a cannon, so that's why I thought it was like a 4th of July thing.
Sarah Gordon was jogging in the park when she heard the boom and saw a wounded young man lying on the ground.
He had a very, very severe leg injury, very severe leg injury. It's a very graphic scene.
The blast severed the foot of 18-year-old Connor Golden of Fairfax, Virginia. His 2 friends were in shock.
I don't know. We don't know what happened. There was a small explosion and then dust. Then dust.
Beyond the caliber of fireworks, just based on what we heard.
Did he step
on something?
Yeah.
We think he stepped on something.
This man who was walking by tried to find out what happened.
Well, the first thing I asked his friends, I said, "Come on, guys, what'd you have?" And they said, "We didn't have anything. He stepped on something. It was an explosive of some sort."
The bomb squad quickly rushed to the scene. Detectives scoured the grounds, closed a section of park, and began looking for evidence.
The explosion that could have been an experiment with fireworks or homemade explosives. We do not have any evidence of a constructed device or commercial-grade fireworks.
Other news now, chaos at a Kenny Chesney concert last night in Pittsburgh. More than 24 people were taken to the hospitals and several others were arrested. Most of the hospitalizations involved intoxication and the arrests involved underage drinking. All sides wait for answers now after Hillary Clinton met with the FBI over her emails this weekend. The FBI trying to figure out if she mishandled government secrets while she was Secretary of State. Agents asked her questions for over 3 hours on Saturday morning. If there's evidence, she could be indicted. The presumptive Democratic nominee denies any wrongdoing.
I never received nor sent any material that was marked classified.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch says she'll accept whatever recommendation the FBI has. Lynch sparked her own Controversy last week when she met with Bill Clinton, but she says they talked only about their grandchildren. On a lighter note, a feature article in the New York Times outlines President Obama's late-night routine in his private residence. After dinner with his wife and 2 daughters, the president spends hours in his private study as a very specific midnight snack. He has 7 lightly salted almonds. Always 7, not 6, not 8. The president also reads briefing papers, plays words with friends, and watches sports. Indeed, a high-end man cave. I give him credit. 7 almonds. I have about 7 donuts each night.
Lucky 7. I'm sure it's all for luck.
It hasn't helped me one bit. He's got discipline, though.
We had a few showers this morning that weren't in the forecast. I will fess up to that. The first time since I've been working back here that I've been in the forecast. So
okay,
I've said it.
We excuse you.
But tomorrow I don't think that's going to happen. We have a beautiful day. Taking a look at the time lapse from our Sarasota Bay Cam from the Van Wezel. Another beautiful day until those showers came in about 10:30. What was left over from what came in to the south in Venice and Inglewood and a little further south over Charlotte County. But we've warmed up this afternoon very nicely. 85 at Melbourne, 88 at Miami, as cool as 77 up at Tallahassee. The local viewing area temperature is as warm as 91 at Northport, Long Beach. A beautiful day once the showers pass. Some high clouds, but it was kind of nice having those high clouds up there filtering out the sun. Taking a look at the tropics, it remains very quiet. There is a tropical upper tropospheric trough. It's a mouthful, a tut low, passing over Cuba right now. It has the effect of bringing cool air aloft over Florida, but it's not a threat of any tropical storm development, and there's nothing really to worry about for us in the foreseeable future. But yesterday we had Tropical Storm Agatha form in the Pacific, and just a few hours later we had Tropical Storm Blast form. And if you look at this little cluster back here, that's probably going to be Celia in a few days. So A, B, and C all in the space of 4 or 5 days after going a month and a half without anything since the hurricane season started. The big weather news this week is going to be a heat wave baking the deep south, a pair of high pressure areas sinking and drying area, and that jet stream to the north keeping all that cooler air up in Canada. It's going to be pretty hot as 106. These are forecast temperatures for Friday afternoon. This will be Augusta, Georgia, 106, 105 at Fayetteville, North Carolina, 100 at Nashville, Little Rock, and Oklahoma City. But I think because of our natural air conditioning, our sea breezes, even with that high just offshore, only 94 our high temperature. It's hard to get up to 100. This is the time of year it would happen. Today's record high temperature for Sarasota is indeed 100. Temperatures at this hour across the nation, not as warm as it's going to be, but it's still pretty hot in the deep south. We have a very pleasant weather in the northeast, New York City, 76. A couple of tornado watches in place of a good part of Kentucky, southern part of Illinois and Indiana, a severe thunderstorm watch back over Oklahoma. But for us, that tut low down over Cuba sending in some clouds, and the high pressure offshore is just channeling this moisture over Florida. But it is the sea breeze that really kicks in the enhanced chance of showers during the afternoon and evening. Another look at these storms around Wauchula, throwing down hail possibly, and over in Sebring. They will dissipate and ease up over the next couple of hours as the daytime heating goes away. You see the computer model shows that happening overnight with mostly fair skies. And tomorrow looks like a mostly sunny day until some afternoon storms develop in the interior. I don't think they're going to reach us here at the Suncoast, even though that's what I thought yesterday. We'll see if that happens. A closer look at the futurecast shows the storms right now inland, and then overnight, beautiful clear skies. Tomorrow afternoon, again, by 9 or 10 in the morning, it's going to be mostly sunny. So I think that's a pretty good forecast. In the afternoon, some interior storms and a few clouds. But by the time the fireworks go off at 9 o'clock, 9:30 tomorrow, it should be rain-free and beautiful weather. Here's our forecast for the beach. Another great beach day with southwest winds in the afternoon, 5 knots, seas 2 feet or less. It'll be smooth on the bay and inland waters. The water temperature 91 degrees. It is warm out there, and the UV index 10. Tides Sarasota Bay coming low tide at 8:08. Our sunset tonight and tomorrow about 8:29. Here's my forecast for tonight. It will be partly cloudy and warm. Our low temperature 77, and the 7-day outlook shows that we will have an increasing chance of storms on Thursday and Friday, with a 50% on Thursday, 40% on Friday. But all in all, it's a very typical weather pattern, Ray, for this time of year.
Now, sports.
Well, the Rays will be glad to see the Tigers leave town. A 4-game series, and Detroit won each game. The Rays led most of today's matinee game 1-0, and then the Tigers scored 3 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th. Final score, Tigers win 5-1. Detroit sweeps the series. Rays are back in action again tomorrow afternoon, starting a 4-game series with the Angels. Well, you don't see this too often. More than half the cars involved in last night's Coke Zero 400 at Daytona were involved in a chain reaction crash. Look at that. Driver Jamie McMurray moved down into Kyle Larson, who got a nudge from Jimmy Johnson, and the rest is history. No serious injuries, and by the way, Brad Keselowski won the Sprint Cup Series race after leading most of the way. The most successful Olympian of all time is going back to next month's games with momentum. Michael Phelps won all 3 races in last night's Olympic trials. He has won 22 medals in his career, including 18 gold medals. He's the first American male to swim in a 5th Olympic Games. Phelps qualified in 3 individual races and also has a chance to be on 3 relay teams as well. The Olympics, of course, start next month, August 5th, in Brazil. A little boy's idol is a baseball team's mascot, so the boy dressed just like the Phillie Phanatic at the Phillies' home game this weekend. He rode the ATV just like the mascot, danced just like the mascot, and had a lot of fun. He is a fanatic of the Phillie Phanatic. That's a great shot right there. Still to come, a small town rallies for a small boy. Stay with us.
Don't miss the 32nd Annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival, June 25th through July 4th. This year's festival features a kickoff party at the Sarasota Yacht Club, Boats on Main block party, 2 days of aquacross and powerboat racing off Lido Beach, Bayfront fireworks, and so much more. Produced by and benefiting Suncoast Charities for Children. For festival info and VIP race day viewing tickets, visit SarasotapOwerboatGrandPrix.org.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan. We back off butter because we're told it's unhealthy, but a new study shows that may not be necessary.
Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how butter may not be as bad as you think. John?
Well, we'll watch showers and thunderstorms and the direction that they'll be taking on this 4th of July holiday.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Doctors say they're out of options for a little 2-year-old cancer patient. So Stevie Matthews' small town in Texas tried to lift spirits with this monster truck parade in his behalf. Family and friends had planned a small parade, but it grew to over 1,000 vehicles, including jeeps, boats, fire trucks, and race cars, all to benefit the young boy and his family who refuse to give up hope.
Nothing stopped him, no fear, just a good kid, full of life. And to see him be sick, it's hard to watch that happen.
Well, volunteers sold stickers, T-shirts, and flags to benefit Stevie and his family. We wish them the best down there in Texas. So, folks want to know if the fireworks will be clear or will be clouds tomorrow night.
But if it's clouds, it doesn't matter because it makes a nice backdrop. Okay. Is it going to rain? Probably not. Here's your 4th of July forecast. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, great afternoon to hit the beach. 91 for a high temperature. Just take your sunscreen. 90 degrees by this time tomorrow night. And here is the 9 p.m. forecast. 85 dry. So I think we're going to squeak by without any weather problems.
Very good. Good to hear. I want to update you again on our top story. Some very tragic news happened today on Bee Ridge Road. We'll roll some video and show you. It happened here at an indoor gun range. A 14-year-old boy was accidentally shot, we were told, by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. This happened about 3 o'clock, 3:30 this afternoon, again on Bee Ridge, just east of McIntosh. A 14-year-old boy was somehow hit by a bullet, rushed to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, but he died of his injuries. The Sheriff's Office has released few details besides what I've just told you. So we'll have more hopefully tonight at 11 o'clock as to what happened today at the indoor range on Bee Ridge Road, just east of McIntosh, where a 14-year-old boy was somehow hit by a bullet and died. We don't know the details yet. The investigation's underway, and we'll have more on that tonight at 11. So on that somber note, we wish you a pleasant good evening. We'll see you tonight. Enjoy your night.